The orphanage Putin bombed was actually a secondary school. The kids were 4 to 7. Okay. Well, it's different because it's not an orphanage. You said it was babies. They're 8. Okay. I understand that. Well, I'm just saying, get your facts straight. I understand the impulse to distrust media narratives. I think it's important to have, and I've done it my entire life with 9/11, with all these things. But in this case, it just feels, again, like everything is a domestic politics. Like the big problem with the conspiracy movement was it got fused with domestic politics. It used to be people that were really well-read, who knew a lot about history, questioning conclusions and doing it in a very, pretty bookish way. They were pretty meticulous, and they read a lot. And then the conspiracy movement through QAnon became fused with domestic politics. The horse race, I'm going to win, I'm going to beat you. And then a lot of people started to get interested in these topics who had never read a book and didn't know anything and were completely unaware of what disinformation was, and were completely unaware of, yes, there is human trafficking going around, but maybe the human traffickers are the ones pushing these stories that they're cannibals and they're boiling kids in pots. And maybe they're doing that because it actually seems so fantastical that it makes people dismiss the actual reality of human trafficking as it relates to political elites in America. So when you're talking about Chrissy Teigen running a cult of witches eating children, people are easily dismiss that. But when you talk about Epstein and you talk about things like that, and there's facts, now it's much harder to dismiss. So a lot of that weird, and I'm not saying that the weird people in this country don't do occult shit and don't murder kids or whatever, but I'm saying as this grand conspiracy that QAnon became, it actually did more to hurt legitimate concerns and questions about human trafficking, because it was all about winning. It's all about the domestic political impulse of seeing your enemies get smashed, seeing them lose. And this was, of course, seeing them get locked up, put in Guantanamo Bay, executed. So looking at this war and making it about Joe Biden or Donald Trump, or making it about how to win against somebody else that disagrees with you about something, seems to be it just seems to be very limiting. It's limiting in the scope of human experience, the way to look at things, the way to analyze things. You shouldn't necessarily hear something and then immediately leap to, okay, but how does this serve my overall goal of making my neighbor look stupid?